More issues for the Conch House restaurant in St. Augustine. The city manager says current zoning rules do not allow for the large crowds that show up for Reggae Sunday. The manager also says that they need to make some changes. The Conch House was the scene of a huge fight last month. Several customers were hurt. 4 bouncers now face charges as a result of this brawl that was caught on camera. The video then went viral. Jim Pickett now live from outside the restaurant with more on this story. Jim?
So I should mention what we're going to see is Reggae Sunday return here as well this weekend. But one thing, the city did send this letter notifying the Conch House that there are zoning violations and some safety concerns as well. Now, it's not enough to shut them down at this point, but it's something that they're going to have to deal with. For 2 years, Bob Ruberg has lived across the street from the Conch House. He was home when this fight broke out when several customers had to go to the hospital. And this week we learned 4 of the bouncers involved face charges for assault. Ruberg says he doesn't have a lot of problems with the restaurant, but did notice quite a difference this week when Reggae Sunday wasn't held.
What was it like last Sunday not having the event?
Quiet. Very quiet.
To try and keep it that way, the St. Augustine city manager has stepped in and sent the restaurant a letter letting them know that they may not be in compliance with zoning and life safety code requirements.
Life safety is non-negotiable. We shut you down if there's life safety issues. But zoning and some of these other terms and conditions, there's a period to cure, if you will, and to address these issues. So just because someone has a zoning compliance problem doesn't mean that we just shut a business down.
So for now, they won't be shut down. The city will enforce the maximum occupancy of 1,075 people attending events at the restaurant. The Conch House must also supply a second exit at the docks so people can get out in case of an emergency, and have crowd control managers on hand for every 250 people at an event. There are also permitting issues for the docks regarding the use of submerged land leases that the city has control over. The letter says the restaurant will also pay for 3 additional off-duty police officers patrolling the streets and the neighborhood during these events. And that's what people living in this area are glad to hear.
I think after that, I don't think they'll ever let it get out of control like that again.
You know, of course, we wanted to talk to officials here at the Conch House. I tried contacting their attorney several times today. He's not yet responded to those calls. We're live in St. Augustine. Jim Pickett, Channel 4, the local station.